Well, David Aiken hasn't stopped smiling since the draw was released for the running of the two qualifying races for the Miracle Mile this Saturday night. I caught up with David to discuss the prospects of his old favourite, Max Delight. Well, David, the first box has been tipped, gate 1, and your main foe, Don Hugo, has got the outside draw.
Yeah, no, it's an ideal draw. It'd be a shame if he missed out on qualifying through a bad draw. So he's got no excuse this week with the draw. He's in form, and his second was great to Leap to Fame. Went a 48 mile before then, and he's in a really good space. And as I said, there's no excuse with the draw, and we got a shot of qualifying.
I was surprised when you decided to go to Newcastle for the mile.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, they always get a wild card, and if we run a real good race to Leap to Fame, we're a shot of getting it. But then we really have to come back this week in case, one of the big, like Don Hugo runs third, or, Swayze or whatever, they'd get a wild card before him sort of thing. So his form, this year is probably warranted a wild card, but we've still got to go through the heats, ran a good race, and put up a good show for the selectors.
What do you do from gate 1, Dave?
I go forward. He's just got to hold his spot. If he could lead, it'd be really good. He's pretty quick out. He's got a couple of quick beginners alongside him, which is probably make probably his job easier to hold the lead. He's got to be handy and get a good trip and have no bad luck. And I think the horse, he's in really good shape. Got through Newcastle really good. So, it's one of those things where, I'd be sort of worried if I would have drawn 9 or 10. Yeah, would have had to make his own luck where he's going to have hopefully an easier trip from the 1.
I would assume, David, the fact that he's having all these tough runs now in these important fixtures, track work would be very limited.
Yeah, no, we're just ticking him over. He had a light week before Newcastle, and he got through that run really well. If he's not fit, he's virtually been in work for 2 years, and he has little breaks here and there, but he's really in a good spot at the moment. I think he's got through Newcastle really good, and it was great weather-wise. And he looks like he's recovered good. So we get through this week, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a run.
He would certainly be a fan favourite.
Well, he's just an honest horse. He's been around a long time. He doesn't run a bad race, and and be grateful Will to it's hard to get in that race, and I think Will's got a lot of Miracle Miles in him, but to get into his first one would be great.
You know what it takes to win a Miracle Mile, courtesy of Lenny the Shark?
Yeah, we got beat a couple of times by a nose and things like that, but it's just getting in's the hardest part, and just hopefully have a little bit of luck and get some of the money. I think Leap to Fame's obviously a standout, but the next punch down, I think we're definitely in that next punch.
We were just reminiscing prior to coming on air concerning the Miracle Mile, and you were telling me about your first Miracle Mile, watching Robin Dundee, the first winner, the mare, taking out the prestigious event. Yeah,
I only remember watching it on, they had a show, Clarence O'Clocker, and a Saturday morning I watched it, but my first one live was Mount Eden, which I'll never forget. What he did that night was unbelievable, and then I probably never missed another one for a long time.
And what an atmosphere.
Oh, unbelievable. I couldn't wait, because what I used to love about the Miracle Mile, they used to spotlight the horses coming out, and it was pretty cool. They turned the lights out, and as they went out in 50-metre gaps and had them spotlighted, and the era of Paleface Adios and Hondo Grat and all that, it was just, that's what got me very excited about the game.
I don't know whether we can do the spotlighting here. I don't think there's a fixture for that.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The lights mightn't come back on. I don't know, but it was, at the time, it was pretty good. Especially when you're young. You've never seen it before, and those horses were superstars of their era, and they and big crowds. And they Hondo Grattan and Paleface, they'd get an ovation every time they went past the stands warming up, like a big ovation. It was just, it got the blood pumping before they even went behind the gate.
And what about the lights at each sectional mark to let you know whether you're in front of the record or behind?
Yeah, that was great. That was really good, you know. And I only watched a replay on Facebook the other day, and you know they were talking about the lights, you know, change colour, and they were inside the time, and you'd be there, you know, pretty excited when they'd beat the light. Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a heat tickets missed out on a run in the sprints, David. We'll be going around in race 8, the free for all, and unfortunately the wide draw.
Yeah, you know, he's a front runner and he's drawn 10. He's in good form. I thought he might have been a little shot of getting a run in the heats. His form's really good. He's a good miler, but it's going to be tough from the 10, but he's going pretty good.
You were telling me the other week about the Dachshund races that have been very popular on the country circuit, and it could be a fixture here.
Oh, well, I was a bit disappointed. I got one ready to go and missed the noms, and I went to Newcastle. They had 5 races, and he's at home eating his dinner and missed out. But no, they've been around. I went to Wagga, created a lot of interest. There was a little bit extra in the crowd, and the families like it. You know, they bring their dogs, and they bring probably 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, this is your idea, the fact that they should have and continue to have these qualifying races, like the Waratah final, on the country tracks, and then bring it to Menangle on one of these big nights for the final.
Well, it's amazing how many, you don't realise how many races there are during the year. And Victoria's the same. You know, Geelong have had them. I think Shepparton's had them. A lot of the tracks have had them. And but the Wagga one was really big. You know, I had a friend come from Wollongong with a dog to go to Wagga to race a sausage dog, and it was. But you know, it was. You could tell by the crowd that they enjoyed it. Good entertainment in between races, and it was the same at Newcastle the other night.
You mentioned the fact that it brings about 200 to 300 extra people through the gates.
Yeah, every dog sort of seems to have a bit of an entourage, and yeah, no, it's good fun.
Trust you to have one ready to go.
Oh, he's flying.
As good as Max?
Nearly as good. Yeah. He's trained by Jason Grimson's dog and David Thorne's dog. They just go hammer and tong all morning up at the training centre. Yeah, and he was ready to go.
So a number of the trainers have these particular dogs?
Yeah, well, I think Jason's the Blue Hill. He stays at the barn, and Thorny's dog comes, Ziggy, and she comes and has a play with our dog, and they just stayed in our own stables and that. And no, it's good.
I better get on to Mr. Robert Morris, Board of Director, to get onto this.
Yeah, maybe.
Good luck on Saturday night, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Mick. Thank you.